Today we are taking a look at my Fetter's air conditioner. See if I can pull this off with one hand, because usually I use two. The camera's in my other hand. There we go. You can take a look at the information. It is 5,800 BTU, pulls 6 amps. And something I don't quite get is right in here it says 88, but then over here this sticker says 1990. So before I thought this unit had to be 88, but if it has the year 90 on there, then it's got to be at least from 1990. Oh, two important things that I forgot. First off is, ooh, blurry. Come on, this is important. USA. Blurry USA. And then the second item of importance, which my eyes are not finding at the moment. Where is it? I know it's on here. The pressures of refrigerant, blurry 22. There's not enough light in here, so it's having trouble focusing. It's refrigerant 22. That took 5 times longer than it should have. Not that garbage 410A or the other one they come out with now. Stuff is junk. Okay, take a look at the speeds if we can get some light on the subject here. We have air exchanger, which is kind of useless, but it does in fact work. If you can see it. Yeah, there you go. We have low fan, high fan, super cool, normal cool, and then low cool, which is unfortunately kind of worn off. And then we have the thermostat. I don't believe this has continuous duty thermostat, but it's in good calibration, so it's not really necessary. Okay. As far as the outside of the unit goes, that's what it looked like. In fact, I should have done this before the video started. One thing I wanted to note is this frame I built for it. This makes it so that I could still open the window and put a potential window fan in here if I wanted to, on a night like tonight where it's 70 degrees out and I don't need to run the conditioner. In here, it's got a Fastco fan molder. There's 3 drain holes on this unit. There's a look at the side here, and then the other side. So, before I run this up, we're going to talk about what I did to it. When I got this from a friend. He has other air conditioners, and this was a model that I was kind of looking for, and so he sold it to me. I got this last summer, and it wasn't in bad condition, but there was a little bit of rust in there, so I just went through and cleaned it all out. It definitely had some hours on it, but being the age it is, definitely wasn't used every summer or anything like that from the previous owner. He said that he found it at the Habitat which is where it got it, so who knows where it was before then. Things I did to it: I obviously cleaned out all the coils, oiled the fan motor, put in some drain holes. I waxed the cabinet, just because it was still in pretty decent condition, and since I obtained it that way, I just wanted to keep it that way. So you can kind of, it's kind of got a reflection there of the tree. You know, it's kind of dirty because it's been out here for 2 months or so now. But I did, and it was a pain in the butt too, because if you do it properly, you got to get in each of these slats, and you need to do that for the back grill here. So there's a lot of slats on this thing to wax up, so that's not something I'm going to do every year, but it is something you can do to make it last longer, the paint coat. And I love the color on these. It's like a light tan. Everything these days is gray and white, and it's just such a boring, modern, gross color scheme. But that's what the world likes, I guess, at this point. I hate it. I think it's horrendous, but whatever. What else? I got a new filter for it. Something neat on this one is that it does have the side curtains. The curtain part, that's a replacement. I got that at Home Depot, but the plastic pieces there on both sides are original, and they are uncracked. They're a little bit yellowed on the outside, but they're still in pretty good condition, again, for the age, which is another reason that leads me to believe this was only used for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah. In the unit for the drain holes, I put some hot glue so it would never go to the condenser coil. Some people talk about efficiency and all that crap, and I'm like, you know what? This is what I choose to use, and this is how I choose to use it. If people want to use other conditioners for the supposal efficiency stuff, which I don't even believe. I mean, this thing really draws about 5 amps, and a conditioner you get today draws like 3. So yeah, that's like the difference of a box fan. Like, who cares? This thing works better. It's gonna last longer. Like, just shut up. I'll use what I want to use. Okay? So, don't come in my comments box and tell me that I need to switch it out for an ugly, modern, loud piece of crap, because I don't. That's the other thing. This thing's quiet, and it moves a ton of air. You'd think this is more like a 7000. Okay, we're going to start with just the fans. This is low. I mean, it's quiet. That's really quiet. And that's with the condenser fan too, because the window's open. Let's put it down there. I mean, this is a great dehumidifying speed on a 65-degree night. Like, that's perfect. Medium, or what they're considering normal. Still not that loud, and it puts out even more air. One thing I don't like is that all the air mostly comes out on the left side. There is a little on the right, but, you know, whatever. It's not that big of a difference, but, or a deal, but, you know. And then super is what they're considering it. And this is the speed I always use it on, because it's better for the compressor, because the head pressure is lower when the fan runs on high. And so I always just run it on high. It's not even that loud, so there's no point to run it on the lower speeds. But it puts out a lot of air. That's impressive. Okay, I'm going to stall up the fan speed, and for the video I'll run it on low so that we can hear the compressor. This does have the infamous Rotorex compressor, but this one actually runs pretty smooth. Not that I have an intrinsic problem with those, but some people do. So, and this is nice because I can just stick the camera right outside and we can listen to the Rotorex compressor start right up. Here we go. Did the gas go through? Put the fan back on. It's already ice cold. Ice cold. I do not have a thermometer of any sort to test this with, so you'll just have to take my word for it, but this thing works fantastic. It's a great piece of equipment. And one thing to note that I've noticed on other people's air conditioner videos, sometimes they'll, you know, turn the unit to one side on the workbench or whatever to show the compressor, and they're like, oh, the compressor's on the other side. One way you can tell what side the compressor's on, whatever side your controls are on, is where the compressor is going to be, because this is the fan and the coils. So your control panel side is your compressor side. I have no idea what I just recorded, but hopefully you can see the Fetters logo. I have a feeling you couldn't, because I can't get a good angle, but medium cool. And these adjustments do something. Mostly just the side. They do adjust the air pretty well. Yeah, I really don't have a problem with these Rotorx compressors. Landside's better than the junk we get today, so I don't know what these people are yipping about, but you know, for a 90s air conditioner, it's an economy product, but what you gotta think about is the fact that it's still flipping working. I mean, you got these things that have been in service since the 90s, since they were new, and they still work. So you can argue they were cheap in their time and all that, but they're really not bad at all. And they look nice too. It's not that cheesy, cheap white plastic. This is, you know, somebody actually designed this grill instead of some demo computer over at Harrier. You know, somebody at Fetters took time and designed features like a hidden control panel and registers that actually work and direct the airflow up instead of back and recirculating into the coil. So this wasn't something that was just slapped together and say, okay, let's just see how many people will buy this cheap piece of junk. This was, okay, this is our baseline model, but it's still decent, you know? I don't have my murder watt meter up here right now, but I've checked the power draw in the past, and it was right around 5 amps. And it's rated for 6, so we're well within the range with clean coils. I'm going to go try to get a picture of it from the outside, but not sure how well that's going to work. I have to walk through the house, and I'm not going to stop the video for that, so you know. I cannot hold the camera still, but you can kind of see the rust on the bottom a little bit. And you can see the 3 drain holes, one in the middle, one on the left and the right. Shaky camera. Our compressor right there, that's the stickers on the side. Alright, let's head back inside. Back in the room here, we're going to shut it down now. Working great. Ice cold. For a rotary, it builds pressure quick if it's run in the past few days, or weeks even. Over the winter, it'll take a good 10 to 15 minutes to build any pressure. In fact, when I first tested it this year, I thought it had lost the charge. But after that initial startup, even not running for like a month, it would still build pressure within the first minute the compressor was on. So really it's just like 2 to 3 months of not running. That's when it's going to start to have an issue, I think. But it's fine, you just got to give it time. You know, that's something that people forget, is that patience is a virtue. And that's another thing these units teach us, I guess, or remind us. I'll shut it down and we'll try to listen to some of the Freon go through there. It's hard to hear with the other stuff in the room. I got a box fan running and the cicadas outside, but you can sort of hear it. It's pretty quiet on this one though. So I think that's it for this video. This unit is in pretty good condition, and really thankful to finally have one of these. This, believe it or not, vintage air conditioner collectors. This was, I guess, the first vintage AC I ever really saw, and so intrinsically it was the model that I wanted to look for. The first video I saw of one was Jordan Yu's video, his initial checkout on this a few years back now, and then this was sold to me by Zach the Fan Man 76, I believe is his channel. So, yep, this was a long video, and I'm sure nobody's gonna watch to the end, because people just like to see fans spin around instead of hearing the stories behind stuff, which is another thing I don't get, but whatever. This is society we live in, I guess. Okay, one thing I wanted to show that I forgot was it still has this tag on here, which it's hard to see because the lighting's not for videotaping in here, but it's kind of neat. It's a notice. Talks about the different amperes and the ratings there. And then the other side is electrical grounding instructions. Do not remove the tab. Okay. So that's it on these, I guess, 1990 that I thought it was the late 80s. Fetter's conditioner. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.